I will call two Randall County related cases. We're here on an initial permanency hearing. Oh, give me just a minute. Miss Smith, the mother's in the waiting room.
Your Honor, could I meet briefly with Miss Smith? She has been absent for a while.
Sure. Let me go ahead and call the cases, and then I'll put
Okay.
you in a different. Okay. Mr. Michelson, Miss Gutierrez is with us for the department. Miss Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Michelson's with us representing the mother, Miss Smith, who's with us. And then I will also call related case cause number, also on an initial permanency hearing. Again, Miss Gutierrez for the department. Miss Wiggins is with us for the children. Mr. Michelson's with us representing Miss Smith, who's with us. Mr. Barfield's with us representing the father, Mr. Gordon, who is not with us. All right. Before we get started, Mr. Michelson, I'll put you in a breakout room with your client.
Not on here, Judge.
I'm sorry?
She's not on here.
Oh, she's not. She fell off, and I was trying to get her in the breakout room. Well, we'll give her just a minute to come back, and then we'll go ahead without her. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll watch the room to see if she comes in, and I'll bring her in if she comes back. All right, Miss Gutierrez, I have Miss, I can never pronounce it, Angriani Nutri. I call her Nutri. Nurti, I mean. Is that your witness?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my caseworker.
Okay, let's get her in. I'm going to learn that name sometime.
Your Honor, while she's coming in, as far as mom's appearance, I don't know whether to put her as appeared or not for this hearing with her popping in and off.
Yeah, I know. I have the same problem. I usually, if they made an attempt, I show that they were present.
Okay, I'll do that.
Are you talking about for putting it in the order, Miss Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, I guess probably if I was, you can do whichever you want, but if she never actually made it in, and I would say that she did not attend.
Oh, okay.
I have to show
she
them.
didn't.
I usually try to, for what I have to turn into OCA, if they've made an attempt, I try to show that they were at least making an attempt. But yeah, I wouldn't put her in as appearing in the order.
Okay, and if she comes back in, I'll actually change that.
Sure. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and proceed then. Your first witness?
Yes, Your Honor, the department calls Nurti Agraini.
All right. Thank you, Miss Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nurti, who do you work for?
St. Francis Ministry.
And are you the assigned permanency specialist for the Smith Gordon family?
Yes, ma'am.
And does that family consist of Sarah Smith and Hunter Gordon?
Yes, ma'am.
And Avonlee's father's rights were previously terminated. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Did you prepare and file a court report on March 4th of 2025?
Yes.
Your Honor, we ask the court take judicial notice of that.
So noted, and I did read the report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nerdy, since the filing of the court report, what are the updates on William?
William is doing well in placement. He is now attending individual counseling. He's in school and he's received good grades. He likes going to school sometimes. That's what he said.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And in regards to Stetson, since the filing of the court report, are there any updates on him?
No, ma'am. They're doing well in placement.
And he as well is in therapy, is that correct?
Not Stetson, ma'am, not yet. He's going to therapy when he turns 4, I think in.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. And in regards to Josie, what are the updates on Josie since the filing of the court report?
She's doing well in placement as well. Still staying home. She didn't attend daycare, so she's healthy and up to date with medical and dental.
Okay.
Yes,
and in regards to Avonlea, what are the updates since the filing of the court report for Avonlea?
She's also attending individual counseling therapy. doing well in placement, up to date with medical, and also school.
Okay. Now, in regards to Miss Smith, what are the updates for Miss Smith?
Um, Miss Smith reported that she is employed at Northwest Texas Hospital, but I have not received a confirmation of a pay stub up till today. She is also been referred to parenting class, and she has not attended the parenting class up till today. She actually show up on hair follicle on the 27th that I just received yesterday for the result, both negative for UA and hair follicle. And she did complete the rational behavior therapy on February 25th. But she has not been to the WAVE program.
Now,
That's from
you mentioned her negative urinalysis and hair follicle drug screen on 2/27.
yes, ma'am.
Was the removal due to domestic violence between Sarah and Hunter versus a drug abuse situation?
Yes, ma'am. Domestic violence.
Okay, so in regards to services, would you agree that WAVE program or domestic violence services for both parents are the primary importance?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
That's
you
correct.
mentioned that Ms. Smith had completed rational behavior therapy. Has she completed any other service?
Psychosocial assessment, and that's the only two that she completed.
Were there any recommendations from the psychosocial assessment that we need to ask the court to order?
No,
Would you
ma'am.
like for me to rephrase my question?
Yes, please.
What were the recommendations from Ms. Smith's psychosocial evaluation?
It's recommended that Miss Sarah begin counseling services or individual counseling. That was the recommendation.
Okay, and that's already a part of her service plan, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Now, as a part of her service plan, she is supposed to stay in contact with you. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she staying in contact with you?
Yes, and inconsistent.
Okay. And in regards to being able to visit her home, has she shared where she is currently living?
No, ma'am.
Has she given you an explanation as to why not?
Yes, she told me that she is trying to get a home where she will get permanent home for the reunification later on. But up till now, she's still staying with a cousin or one of the family member that she did not want to disclose the address. So she always come to see me at the office instead of her home where she lives.
So at this time, you have no knowledge of whether or not Ms. Smith is complying with maintaining a safe and stable home. Would you agree with that statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, in regards to Mr. Gordon, how is Mr. Gordon doing? What are his updates?
1 second. Mr. Gordon has I think 1 second. He has been working as full-timer at Tyson Fresh Meats in February 3rd, starting in February 3rd. He actually missed 2 drug screen on February and March. Mr. Gordon has not completed individual therapy but he completed psychosocial assessment. He has not completed rational behavior therapy. He has not completed parenting class. He has not completed BIP class as well.
Now, in regards to his psychosocial evaluation, what were the recommendations for Mr. Gordon's psychosocial evaluation?
The recommendation is begin counseling services in which a solution-focused therapy will be used.
And and those individual therapy sessions, those are already a part of his service plan, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, in regards to the relationship between Sarah Smith and Hunter Gordon, what has Mr. Gordon said about his relationship with Ms. Smith?
He stated he's still married to Miss Smith, and everything is okay. That's what he stated the last time I met with him.
And has he stated whether or not he and Ms. Smith are still in a relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
And has Ms. Smith claimed at times that they are not, but then said she's not sure?
Yes.
Has Mr. Gordon started his BIP program?
No, ma'am.
Now, considering that the removal was due to domestic violence and both parents continue in a relationship with each other, do you find it concerning that neither one of them is taking the steps to address that domestic violence concern?
Yes, ma'am.
And in regards to visitation, can you let us know how Ms. Smith's visitation is going with the children?
Visitation was actually doing great. Both parents never missed visitation. They spend a good amount of time together with the kids, and they're really well bonded. Visitation is still separate between mom and dad, but sometimes it's Mr. Gordon has a little bit of time that is not, having a hard time with the kids on, disciplining and all that. But
Okay.
with Miss Smith is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nerdy, and let's go ahead and talk about Dad's visitation then. I'm not sure what you just said about discipline with Mr. Gordon. Can you go ahead and explain to us how Mr. Gordon's visitation is going?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Gordon visit is sometimes the kids are running around and he couldn't discipline them, like redirecting to sit down or to be calm, and he just let the kids run around, and sometimes he had a little bit of, just not like Sarah. Sarah's a little bit calmer, but Mr. Gordon have like that with the kids.
Okay. Are we asking for Miss Gordon's visitation to be altered in some way today?
Yes, ma'am.
How are we asking Ms. Smith's visitation to be changed?
Can you please repeat, ma'am?
Yes. If we are asking for the court to consider changing Miss Smith's visitation, the mom's visitation, how would we like for her visitation to change as far as time or place?
Miss Smith has been like, the other day when I met with her, she requested me to get more visitation with the kids, more time. So we actually did one hour visitation with Miss Smith. She requested if she can spend more hours at the office, visitation house. She requested 2 hours.
Okay. What is your position on mom having more visitation?
I would like to request if, due to moms not doing services, to we're requesting for a suspension until mom is completing some services that was ordered by the court.
So if the children were removed back in September 2024, would you agree that it's been almost 6 months that the case has been going on?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you concerned that the mother has not started really fulfilling her service plan or attempting to do so?
Yes, ma'am.
And has there been a goal change in the case?
Yes, ma'am. January, 1 second, let me look. I think January. We changed the goal to family adoption in January.
And there are typically 2 goals, correct, Nerdy?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is the other goal?
The other goal is unrelated adoption.
Okay, so even though those goals have changed, are you still willing to try to help the parents fulfill their services?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the event that the court does decide to stop mother's visitation, are we asking the court to condition it restarting upon Ms. Smith doing or starting specific services?
Yes, ma'am.
And what services do you think are the most important for Ms. Smith to get started?
It's a parenting class, individual counseling, and a WAVE class, WAVE program.
Now, in regards to Mr. Gordon, how is the department wanting the court to consider changing Mr. Gordon's visitation?
We're asking also for a suspension due to Mr. Gordon not showing up on drug screen for February and March. Also, he has not complete services.
And in the event the court stops Mr. Gordon's visitation, what services do you think are the most important for Mr. Gordon to start in order for that visitation to begin again?
It's a parenting class, individual counseling, and the BIP program.
Are we asking for any drug screens to be ordered today?
Yes, ma'am.
What type of drug screens and on which parents?
For hair follicle and urine analysis for Mr. Gordon, and urine analysis for Miss Smith.
Can you please describe the department's reasonable efforts to reunify the family?
Okay. We created the service plan for both parents. And then the service plan is the court to become court order services. And we also provide both parents with visitation with the kids. And also we drug screen for both Miss Smith and Mr. Gordon.
Ask the witness.
All right. Nerdy, Miss Smith, in reading the report, she started parenting, but she was discharged for non-participation. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then she also was started counseling, but she was discharged for not participating.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So those 2 services, in order for, if I suspend her visitation, she'd need to resume those as part of the plan to get her visitation reinstated, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And as you said, Mr. Gordon has not started BIP, but also he started parenting and he was discharged for non-participation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Ms. Wiggins?
When did the parents complete their psychosocial evaluation?
The date, ma'am?
Yes.
I think it's February 25th.
Oh, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
So they just completed their psychosocial.
Yes.
When's the last time you had contact with mom?
Um, let's see. I think that's on the 14th on Friday.
Okay. And you said they both regularly go to their visitation. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right, Mr. Michelson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you agree that attempting to complete the RBT and the psychosocial is some attempt to complete her service plan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And has she expressed any reason for obstacles in failing to complete services such as parenting or individual counseling?
Miss Smith told me that she is busy working and she did not have the time to complete the services.
Are there any alternatives for her to complete the services, such as online at her own time?
That's what we talked about last Friday. If she communicate consistently with me, I would suggest her to go online.
Okay.
But
And she's made an attempt to regularly communicate with you since when?
last Friday on the 14th, sir.
Okay. So has she been regularly communicating with you since February?
Off and on.
Okay. And do you have a reliable phone number for her?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And after this hearing, could you provide that for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you previously testified that mother has been consistent and appropriate in visits,
Yes.
and the children respond favorably to those visits?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Nerdy, as far as Miss Smith and her counseling, she told you that she doesn't need it. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's what the counselor told me.
Okay. All right. Mr. Barfield?
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, in regards to Mr. Gordon, when's the last time you had contact with him?
The same day with Miss Smith on March 14th.
Okay. And I'm assuming you addressed all your concerns with them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did Mr. Gordon indicate to you why he missed his drug screenings?
He said that he's working on a shift and did not have time to go drug screen because he got off work about 4 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Okay, so he was okay, so he didn't want to miss work to do the screenings, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He just barely started. That's what he told me.
Okay. Would you have any problem if the court ordered a new drug screen to see if we could work around his work schedule somewhat?
I would work with Mr. Gordon to ask if he can take lunch break to get to drug screen. I will try.
I appreciate that very much.
Yes,
Now, okay. So he has been staying in communication with you.
inconsistently, yes.
Okay. All right.
Off and on.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anyone else have further questions for her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Narty, when did Ms. Smith start working?
But at the beginning of the case, she told me that she's working as a cleaning service, but then on sometimes in beginning of February, she said she got a job at Northwest Texas Hospital.
Has she provided her work schedule to you?
No, ma'am. That's what
Okay.
I've been trying to get.
So your statements earlier that she said she can't do any of these services because she's working without having her work schedule, are you able to confirm that?
No, ma'am.
And in regards to the father, without having his work schedule, are you able to confidently schedule drug screenings around it? And let me
Um,
rephrase that.
Yes.
In regards to dad saying he's at work, if you don't have a copy of his work schedule, do you actually know if he's at work?
For Mr. Gordon, ma'am, I know his work schedule, but not Miss Sarah.
Okay. Has Mr. Gordon provided a copy of his work schedule to you?
He told me he worked from 6 a.m. to 4 every
Okay.
day. Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
what I'm getting at is, other than what Mr. Gordon says is his work schedule, do you have proof of what his work schedule is?
No, ma'am.
Would it be helpful to have that proof?
Yes, ma'am.
In regards to the mother asking for online services, is that something that is available for any of her services?
There is online parenting class, but I'm not sure. I think it's paid online parenting class. I will ask Miss Smith if she cannot attend the free parenting class at Padre, then she may need to get online parenting class, but she has to pay for that. I have not received any confirmation if she would like to do that
Okay.
at this
And
time.
so when you just earlier in the hearing, you stated you discussed online services, but then it sounded like you had hesitation in approving those. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your hesitation about Ms. Smith completing any services online?
She hasn't given me any work schedule. I'm also concerned with that. I'm not sure when is her free time to do it. She's not communicating about her schedule with me yet.
Do you believe that it is contrary to the children's welfare to return home today to either parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Would it also be a continuing danger to their physical health or safety?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask the witness.
Anyone else further questions?
No.
And Ms. Gutierrez, did you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, the department rests. I do have some requests for the court.
Okay, Mr. Michelson, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Mr. Barfield?
No witnesses, Judge.
All right. Ms. Wiggins, recommendations?
Recommend that the children remain in their current placement. I did go and visit them. They are quite a handful, all running around, pretty wound up, but they're doing really well. They seem bonded to their placement, and the two oldest ones are enjoying school. No issues there. The youngest two did start daycare, and I think maybe that will help their craziness, but we'll see. In regards to the visitation, I do believe that visitation does need to stop. I think we need to see at least progress in the WAVE and BIP program, and their individual counseling before we do that, especially since we've goal changed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Ms. Gutierrez, your requests?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking for findings of reasonable efforts to reunify as testified by NERTI. As well, we are asking that both parents be ordered to share their work schedules with NERTI. We do ask that visitation for both parents stop, with mom's restarting conditioned on her beginning the WAVE program, individual counseling, or rather reinitiating individual counseling and reinitiating parenting. And by reinitiating, Your Honor, I mean restarting.
Right.
And we ask that the father's restarting of visitation be conditioned on him starting the BIP program and starting his individual counseling and his parenting class. We ask that Mr. Gordon be ordered to urinalysis and hair follicle, and that the mother be ordered to urinalysis drug screen.
Okay. Thank you. All right, then. First in the case involving Avonlea, I will continue the department's temporary managing conservator, continue her current placement. I'll order that Ms. Smith's visitation be suspended until she starts the WAVE program, and resumes her parenting and counseling classes. And I will order her to UA by I'm going to just say 4 p.m. today at Care Express. If it conflicts with their work schedule, then they need to give St. Francis their work schedule. Till then, I'm going to continue to order that they test. And then I will order that Miss Smith provide St. Francis with her work schedule so that we can deal with some of these issues about drug testing. All right, in the case involving Stetson, Josie, and William, I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, continue their current placements. Same thing with Miss Smith. I'll order that her visit suspended until she starts WAVE and resumes parenting and counseling, and order her to provide her work schedule to St. Francis. I'll order that Mr. Gordon's visitation is suspended until he provides a negative hair and UA drug screen. Also, that suspended until he starts the BIP program and counseling and resumes his parenting program. I'll order him to hair and I think that's it. He needs to hair strand in UA by 4 p.m. today. And again, Ms. Smith needs to UA by 4 p.m. today. Both parents in that case are ordered to provide St. Francis with their work schedules. Okay, in both cases, I will set our next hearing, a permanency hearing for July 14th, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two before July 14th to see what time we'll have those hearings. Okay, that will conclude these hearings. For those of you involved, I'll be back very shortly since we're running behind again to call.
I wish I had my red hair still, especially on a day like today. This is something you have to look forward to.
I know, I've heard that it turns white instead of gray, so
Yes.
Yeah, well, look at me. Look at me, okay? It could be worse. Could be worse.
All my Irish ancestors look like you.
see, I'm the only redhead in my family.
Really?
Yeah.
All my ancestors have black hair, and then they lost their hair in their 30s, and I'm the only redhead. So
Yeah, that's me. I was hoping one of mine would have red hair, but nope.
no, it's a pretty color red.
Thank you.
Sure. So you had the freckles and the whole bit?
Yeah, I'm covered.
Yeah, that was me too.
Yeah, they're really like all over my face and stuff too.
They used to call me turkey egg, and that really used to make me so mad. If you've ever seen a turkey egg, they're like splattered with freckles. So
No, I've never seen one. I've never thought that
Well,
either.
Google it, and you'll see what it is.
Okay.
We're here on a permanency hearing. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the father. Mr. Brown, who is not with us and not in the waiting room. Mr. Michelson is with us representing the mother. Ms. Dunn, who is with us. That I have Elisa Bird and Joseph Valdez in the waiting room.
I don't think either one of them. Oh, Jalissa. I'm sorry.
Elisa. I'm sorry, I called her Elisa.
I may be saying it wrong, Your Honor. So yes, that's my caseworker.
Okay, we'll get her in. We were just having a conversation. Do you pronounce your first name Jalissa or Elisa?
It's actually Jaleesa.
Okay.
We're both wrong.
Thank you for asking.
We were both kind of right.
I
Right.
answer to all.
Ms. Gutierrez, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jalissa, who do you work for?
St. Francis Ministries.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a permanency specialist.
And did you prepare and file a court report on March 5th of 2025?
I did.
Your Honor, we ask that the court take judicial notice of that court report.
All right, so noted, and I did read that report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Jalissa, since the filing of the court report, what are the updates on Corey?
I do not currently have any update on Corey. He's doing well on his kinship placement with his maternal grandmother. He's attending Mother's Day out, thriving in his placement, meeting all of his milestones, and just doing really well.
Okay. And in regards to Ms. Dunn, what are the updates on Ms. Dunn since the filing of the court report?
Yes. So Ms. Dunn has not yet at this time completed most of her services. We have talked and met together about her getting some of her services scheduled. So she has a few scheduled this month. So we're just continuing to encourage her to complete her services, get them set up, and attend those services.
And if the child was removed in June of 2024, would you agree it's been approximately 9 months since that removal?
Yes.
And has Ms. Dunn's lack of progress, is that causing you concern?
Yes, it is. We do have hourly visits weekly. We have not increased those visits just due to the lack of services completed.
Now, the main issues at the time of removal were domestic violence between the mother and Mr. Brown, as well as drug use for both of them. Has Ms. Dunn, let me rephrase. How is she progressing on addressing the domestic violence issue?
She has reported that she has attended a few of the domestic violence groups. I have reached out to Family Support Services just to confirm some of those groups that have been completed. I'm still waiting for that information. She did mention she's done a few others, so I'm just trying to get more information if she's completed some of those domestic violence groups. She has not started individual counseling, which would be encouraged in her individual counseling to address as well. So at this time, we haven't seen a lot of progress.
And do you know if she is still in a relationship with Mr. Brown?
She did mention about her and Mr. Brown planning to get their own place together. She reported that he is living with his mother and she is living with her grandmother, and that they do plan to get an apartment. I will say at this time, Mr. Brown is currently incarcerated at this time, so I'm not sure if that has changed or not.
As far as Ms. Dunn's addressing the substance abuse issue, is it correct that she went and completed inpatient rehab?
Yes, that's correct.
But since then, has there been a relapse?
Yes, there has.
Are we asking the court to order Ms. Dunn to complete an additional substance abuse assessment through OSAR?
Yes, we are.
Are there any other additional services we are asking to be ordered for Ms. Dunn?
Not at this time. We would ask for a UA and hair strand to be ordered today. But as far as her services, just continuing the services that we have created for her.
Okay. And in regards to Mr. Dunn, can I go ahead and get an update on him since the filing of the court report?
Hey, Tracy,
yes.
you said Mr. Dunn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Vince. On regards to Mr. Brown, I apologize.
Yes. So Mr. Brown is currently incarcerated since February 26th. I did follow up. He is still currently in jail at this time. For his services, he has only completed his OSAR, but he did relapse in October. And so he was court ordered and agreed to complete a second OSAR we asked, and also changed his visitation to 30 minutes virtual until that OSAR was completed, and a negative UA. He has not completed either.
Now, in regards to visitation, how are Ms. Dunn's visits with the child going?
They're going well. They're weekly, and they're 1 hour a week. She interacts very well with Corey. He's usually pretty happy to see her. The visits seem to be going pretty well.
And before I get too far from the last topic we were on, in regards to Mr. Dunn, I'm sorry, I did it again, to Mr. Brown being in jail, and is it correct that both he and Ms. Dunn were arrested for child endangerment?
Yes.
And was that due to the child Corey testing positive at the beginning of the case?
Yes.
And to your knowledge, is Mr. Brown, now I can't stop doing it. To your knowledge, is Mr. Brown in jail for anything else?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Are there any additional services we need to ask the court for Mr. Brown?
Not at this time, other than his services that we've already have filed. Just asking that he continue his services.
Okay. Now you mentioned that the court had already changed his visitation to virtual due to his relapse. How are those virtual visits going?
So we actually had the family support worker covering those virtual visits. She was not able to get in contact with Mr. Brown. I have not had contact with Mr. Brown since December. So during the October, November, and December, we just continued to try to reach out to Mr. Brown for his virtual visits. We did refer those out to a contractor who also had issues with reaching out to Mr. Brown. I did confirm with Ms. Dunn that the number that I have was correct. So we just have not had any contact with Mr. Brown since December.
Okay. Now you mentioned we're asking for drug screens to be ordered for Ms. Dunn. Are we asking that the court order the father to drug screen within a certain time of his release?
Yes, we would.
Okay. And would we be asking for both a hair follicle and a urinalysis on him?
Yes, we would.
And would that be within 48 hours of his release from incarceration?
Yes.
Can you please describe the department's reasonable efforts to reunify the family?
Yes, we have family plans of service created for both Ms. Dunn and Mr. Brown. Parents have signed those family plans of service and agreed to work those services. So we've just continued monthly contact to follow up with those services, encourage to continue to work those services. We have offered visitation weekly and just continuing to support both parents in this process.
Okay. Would it be contrary to the welfare of the child to be returned to either parent today?
Yes.
Would it also be a continuing danger to their physical health and safety?
Yes.
Pass the witness.
Thank you. Ms. Bird, I read in your report that there was a no contact order for mother not to have contact with the father. Is that correct?
That's what was reported from Miss Dunn. I did try to follow up, and I'm not sure if that's confirmed yet. So that was just reported from Miss Dunn.
Okay. Well, if that's still in effect, would you agree that they don't need to be living together?
Yes, agreed.
And did she tell you, has she settled her child endangerment charge, or did she just bond out?
My understanding is she just bonded out at this time. I don't think it was completed yet.
Okay. And do you know where Mr. Brown's incarcerated at?
Yes, in Randall County.
Randall County. Okay. And I think I just missed it. What type of drug test did you want on Miss Dunn today?
A urinary analysis and a hair strand.
UA and hair. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mr. Michelson, questions?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Bird, has Ms. Dunn maintained regular contact with you?
Yes, she has.
Okay. And is she employed presently?
Yes, she reported that she's employed. I do have to follow up with her employer since she just got employed with this new employer last month.
Okay. And where is she employed to your knowledge?
At Dillard's.
Okay. Cosmetics, is that right?
That's what she reported, yes.
Okay. And does she have the capacity to obtain stable housing at the moment?
She is currently living with her maternal grandmother, or sorry, with her grandmother. And so I believe her goal is to continue to work and get her own place. We just, at this time, she's just working on getting back stable.
Okay. Have there been any barriers to completing services?
Yes, I believe with we do have continued positive drug screens, so I believe that is a barrier, as well as transportation. And so I do believe those are barriers at this time for her.
So would it be a true statement if Ms. Dunn stated that there was some delay by the department in scheduling some of her services?
No, we do offer transportation if she does need to her services. We just ask that it's 24 hours before her service.
So the department didn't delay in arranging services?
Correct.
Okay. And you said her visits with her child have been consistent and appropriate?
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Nowak?
Judge, my only question today is where's my client? And you asked that question. I got the answer. Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll pass the witness. Good to see you, Ms. Bird. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Ms. Wiggins?
When was the last time the mother drug screened for the department?
I believe it was February 26th. It was a urinary analysis.
Okay. And did that cause concerns, the results for the department?
Yes, it was increased from her previous drug screen in January, so that is a concern.
Okay. And in regards to, and you said she's already completed inpatient, and that was before the drug screen in February?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Has she completed a second OSAR since then?
No, not at this time. She talked about scheduling it, so we did send a service authorization so she can schedule that second OSAR evaluation.
Okay. And we're set for a final or going to be in June, is that correct?
That's correct.
And have the goals been changed in this case?
Yes, they were. We changed goals in February 27th, 2025 to relative adoption and unrelated adoption, just due to Corey and his maternal grandmother's home, who is working to foster to adopt.
Now, in regards to Ms. Dunn, do you know if there's a no contact provision or any type of provision or restriction on her bond?
Not at this time. I did try to follow up, so I will get with my supervisor on help to get that information because that is a concern and a question for us.
Okay. Have you spoken with Ms. Dunn about it? Does she know what her bond restriction is?
She just mentioned Mr. Brown, but I'm not clear. We have not spoken since, well, we have spoken, but over her services. And then she mentioned her restrictions, but none about whether that is for Corey Brown.
Okay. I'll pass the witness then. Thank you.
So, Ms. Bird, is Corey placed with the maternal grandmother or paternal?
Maternal.
And you had a concern about Mr. Brown might be living with, I didn't catch that.
Oh, Mr. Brown is living with his mother, so paternal grandmother in this case.
Okay, so is that a problem? I thought you were testifying that was a problem to reunifying with him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I must have misunderstood what you said. So
sorry, Corey is living with his maternal grandmother, and then Miss Dunn is living with her grandmother. So Corey Brown's.
All right, I got it straight then. Okay.
Sorry.
Anyone else have further questions for Ms. Bird? All right then, Ms. Gutierrez, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor. We do rest. I do request findings of reasonable efforts as testified to Ms. Bird in regards to the family plans of service, visitation, and offering transportation to the mom.
Okay.
As well, we are asking for Ms. Dunn to be ordered to do an additional substance abuse assessment through OSAR, as well as for both mother and father to hair follicle and urinalysis drug screen. We are asking for mediation to be ordered as well, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Michelson, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Nowak?
Rest, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Wiggins, recommendations?
I recommend the child's current placement be continued. He's doing well in that placement. I agree with the mediation. I do believe that visitation should be suspended until we get a negative hair and UA. We're 9 months into this case, and we still have issues that were from day one. So,
Okay, thank you. Okay, I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, continue Corey's current placement. I'll order Ms. Dunn to complete a second OSAR assessment and complete all recommended services. I'll order that Ms. Dunn both UA and hair strand drug screen by 4 p.m. today at Care Express. Ms. Dunn, you can let us know before we get off whether or not you need a ride for that drug test. And then I will order that Mr. Brown both hair strand and UA drug screen within 48 hours of his release from incarceration. I will order the mediation, and I will order each parent's visitation suspended until each parent has provided the department in St. Francis with a negative hair strand and UA drug screen. All right, as mentioned earlier, I'm setting the final in this case for June 2nd, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearings, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance of June 2nd to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing. And I will just point out to the parents, I'm not seeing anything in this case so far that would suggest that I would extend the case for an additional 6 months. I don't find at this point there's any extraordinary circumstances that would warrant that. So both parents need to get on the ball. June 2nd will be here before you know it. So, okay, we will stand in recess in this case. I'll be back here in just a couple of minutes to call another Randall County case. Mr. Rondo is with us representing the child. Mr. Pirtle is with us representing the mother, Miss Wyrick, who is not with us. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the father, Mr. Moody, who is not with us. And Miss Oscarson is with us representing the intervenors and the Pendletons. And Miss Pendleton is, oh, no, they're both with us. I didn't see Mr. Pendleton. Pendletons both are with us. That's all the parties. I have Joseph Valdez, Christina Hunter, and Claudia Knox in the waiting room.
Judge, first, Mr. Jackson is here for the unknown father.
Oh, sorry, missed him. Yeah, Mr. Jackson's with us representing an unknown father.
And could you give me the witnesses again? I apologize.
Joseph Valdez, Christina Hunter, and Claudia Knox.
Joseph Valdez is going to be my first witness. Christina Hunter is my caseworker, so I'd ask that she be brought in now.
Okay.
I am not familiar with the other name.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody was expecting Miss Wyrick maybe to log in under a different name or with somebody else.
What was
Claudia,
that?
oh, sorry.
Sorry, what was that name again?
Claudia Knox.
Claudia Knox.
She is on email chains with the department, so I'm not sure who she is, but she's been included on correspondence throughout the case.
I believe she's the placements agency.
She is, yes. She works for our agency, Pathways.
Well, is she a witness or what?
No, I'm not sure why she received it.
Well, I mean, I can bring her in and tell her if she just wants to watch it. If she's just curious, she can watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, she probably just wants to watch.
Okay. Does anybody object? I mean, I can send her to YouTube. If nobody objects, we can just let her in here and she can just stay muted and not on camera.
No objection.
Objection.
Okay. All right. We'll let her in. Okay. Then we are ready to proceed. Ms. Wildman, you can call your first witness.
Your Honor, before we begin, I did email out a series of 8 exhibits to the parties. Previously, I copied Brittany on that email, just so everybody is aware to look for those.
When were they sent?
Maybe a little bit before 8 o'clock or around 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay. Well, give me a second. Let me pull up my.
Sure.
I did forward them to you and Amy this morning as well.
Okay. Give me just a quick minute here. Okay, looks like I have them in a string of emails. I'll just have to go back and forth when we get to that point. Okay, first witness.
The department would call Joseph Valdez, Your Honor.
Okay.
And how did you first become involved with Jesse and his family?
I was the investigator assigned the case.
And I mean, what kind of allegations came in that that got the department involved?
The department became involved due to mother and baby testing positive for drugs.
And was it at the birth of the child?
Yes.
And did you go to the hospital after receiving that intake?
I did, yes.
And did you speak with the parents at that time?
I did, yes.
And who are the parents that were identified to you?
Mother was a Karina Wyrick, and the father was a sorry, I'm trying to go back and look. Billy Moody.
Now, when you first made contact with the parents, I guess what was their sort of demeanor?
They would think they were pretty much expecting us.
Well, I mean, let me ask you, when you first arrived, were they awake?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull up this affidavit. I cannot find it, what I did with it. Sorry.
Well, and let me ask you, so do you recall starting this investigation on December 1st of 2023?
I had received the report on December 20th of 23.
All right. And have you found that affidavit?
I can't find my affidavit. I found my investigation report.
Give me one moment.
Why don't we take about a 5-minute break real quick and everybody get on the same page?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can continue your questioning, Ms. Wildman.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Mr. Valdez, have you had a chance to refresh your recollection?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
All right. So when you first made contact with the parents, were they awake?
When I first arrived at the hospital, I'd spoken to one of the nurses. They told me it appeared that the mother was patting the newborn and that she was half asleep. The baby was choking. At that point, they ended up taking the baby back to the nursery. And if mother and father wanted to see the baby, they would have to go see the baby in the nursery.
So your understanding that the parents remaining awake while in the hospital was becoming an issue?
Correct. I was told that mother and father were sleeping a lot.
When you first made contact with them, when you went to the hospital, were either the parents asleep when you arrived?
Yes, they both were.
Okay. And were you able to introduce yourself to Karina?
I was, yes, ma'am.
And what did she have to do after that regarding Billy?
She had to attempt to wake him up.
Was he able to wake up?
Eventually he was.
Did that take some effort on Miss Wyrick's part?
Yes, it did.
Did you explain to the parents what you were doing there?
I did, yes. I went over their notification of rights with them before I proceeded any further.
And did they agree to talk with you?
They agreed, yes.
All right. And did Miss Wyrick sign her 310 form?
They did, yes.
Okay. And Mr. Moody did not, correct?
No, he did not.
Now, throughout your contact with the parents, was Miss Wyrick fairly cooperative?
She was fairly cooperative, yes.
What about Mr.
The father?
Moody?
No, he was not.
was he willing to answer questions once things started going?
No, he declined.
Okay. Now, let's see. Did you discuss the concerns with them about Karina and Jesse being positive for amphetamines at that time with them?
I did, yes.
Did you and what did Karina say about her drug use?
She had mentioned the last time she had used anything, she had used methamphetamine about 4 days prior to being admitted to giving birth.
Did she say how often she had been using methamphetamines prior to that?
She stated that she had used methamphetamines the past year and stated that she would use about twice a day.
Did she say anything about how she would use it?
I did ask that, and then she reported that she would snort it.
Now, there was some concern about Karina and the child both being positive for fentanyl. Did you talk to her about that?
I did, yes, and she denied ever using fentanyl. She did say that maybe some of the methamphetamine she had used was laced with fentanyl, but that she was not aware of that.
Did she talk about any other drug use or history of drug use?
She did state she did smoke marijuana when she was younger.
And was she willing to drug screen for the department?
She was, yes.
And do you have the email with the state's exhibits in front of you? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to admit State's Exhibit 1, which are 2 drug screens from Karina Wyrick, accompanied with a business records affidavit. Notice of that was filed timely.
All right, objections?
No objection. No objection.
No objection.
All right.
No objection.
Petitioner's 1 is admitted.
All right, and Joseph, will you bring up that first exhibit?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All right, and the drug results from the test done on December 12th of 2029 or December 29th of 2023, what were those positive for?
For Karina, the mother, on the hair strand, she was positive for methamphetamines only.
Okay. And so is that consistent with the history that she had provided to you?
Yes.
Now, was Mr. Moody willing to drug test for you?
He was not.
What did he say in regards to his drug use?
He denied it, stating that he only smoked cigarettes.
Did you talk to him about how he felt about his child being positive for methamphetamine?
I had a conversation. He just didn't, his wording was he didn't think it was serious and he has no reason to drug screen. I had explained to him that his child was positive and what he means by it not being serious. And then at that point, he stated I could stop asking him questions and he was not going to answer any other questions.
And at that point, did he disengage with the investigation?
He did, yes.
After talking with the parents and especially Mr. Moody, did you come to form any kind of opinion based on your experience in investigations regarding his demeanor?
He did appear to be under the influence, but I could not specifically state what he was on.
But was his demeanor in the hospital concerning?
Yes.
And was his lack of interest in the child's well-being at that time concerning?
It was, yes.
Now, you talk to the parents about whether or not there were any options as far as avoiding a removal and doing some kind of safety placement with a relative or someone?
I did ask the mother if there was any family members. Yes.
Was she able to provide any sort of safe placement options?
No.
Was the father able to provide any options?
No. I mean, he stopped engaging with me.
Let's see. And he was unwilling to discuss any kind of family-based safety services or I guess any sort of other services?
Correct, yes.
Were you able to see Jesse when you were up at the hospital?
I was, yes.
Where was he at that time?
He was in the nursery.
Okay. Did he remain in the nursery?
He did, yes. There was talks about him possibly having to be moved to the NICU, but he was never moved to the NICU.
Okay. And do you recall why he was going to be moved to the NICU?
They were just going to keep an eye on him at that time.
And was that because of concerns about him testing positive for the narcotics?
Yes, his body was real tight and he kept vomiting. And then he started showing some signs of withdrawals.
Okay. Now, one moment. Now, do you have that email with the attachments in front of you again?
Yes, I do.
All right. And Your Honor, the department would move to admit petitioner's exhibit number 2, which is the medical records for Jesse. They are accompanied by a business records affidavit, and notice was filed August 8th of 2024 regarding those medical records. They were also turned over in discovery.
All right. Objections?
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
All right. Petitioner's 2 is admitted.
And Mr. Valdez, this may take you a moment, if you can scroll down to page 66.
Okay.
And does that appear to be a toxicology report for a child or a patient by the name of Jesse?
Yes, ma'am.
Born December 20th of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you see the part, or I guess there's several sections, there's 3 sections where it says methamphetamine?
Yes.
And what were the results, or was that a positive or negative for methamphetamine?
It's a positive for methamphetamine LC. Amphetamines LC.
Are there several numbers there indicating that he was positive for the methamphetamine?
Yes, ma'am.
Below that, is there a section saying amphetamines?
Yes.
And do those indicate that he was positive for those as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, in your investigation regarding the fentanyl, was there some evidence that the mother and the child may have been exposed to fentanyl just as part of the birth process?
Yes, ma'am.
But is that true of the methamphetamine?
Yes.
I mean,
it was due to the mother receiving that when giving birth.
I guess that was a bad question. Did the hospital administer the methamphetamine?
The hospital did, yes, ma'am.
That would have been the fentanyl, correct?
Or the fentanyl.
All right. The hospital did not administer methamphetamine to either the child or the mother, correct?
No.
But they did administer fentanyl in the process of just the birth.
Yes.
So it is possible that that's where the fentanyl and results may have come from.
Correct.
Okay. Now, based off of the investigation, was the determination made to remove Jesse from his parents' custody?
Yes.
What were the concerns and what was the danger to Jesse at that time?
The mother indicating that her daily meth usage, the father not being cooperative in the way his interactions at the hospital.
Was it a concern that the family did not have a safe and stable environment to take Jesse home to if they were discharged?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
And was it concerning that there was nobody that would be available to supervise them if any other options were pursued?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that time, did the department feel that there was a immediate danger to the child's health and safety that necessitated removal?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe the department exhausted all options to avoid that removal?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, at the adversary hearing, if you open petitioner's exhibit number 3.
Okay.
And Your Honor, this time the state would move to admit petitioner's exhibit number 3, which is a certified copy of the adversary or the temporary ordering following the full adversary hearing.
All right, objections?
No objection.
No objection.
Petitioner's 3 is admitted.
All right, and looking at that first page of that document and based off of what you remember, did Mr. Moody appear at that hearing?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So at that point, was he still involved to some degree with the department?
With me, no.
Okay. So he still was not in any way attempting to work with the department or do anything to regain custody of the child at that time?
At that time, no.
But he did at least appear at that first initial adversary hearing.
Correct.
All right. And then, let's see. Going kind of back to the removal, was there an urgent need to protect the child at that time?
Yes.
And so Judge, I will pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Pirtle?
No questions.
Mr. Nowak?
No questions, Judge.
Ms. Oscarson?
No questions.
Mr. Jackson?
Briefly, Your Honor. Sir, you had testified that during the course of your investigation that Billy Moody was the father of that child. Is that correct?
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay. How did you come to know that?
That's what they both told me when I made initial contact with them.
Okay, so both of them admitted that he was the father?
Yes.
Okay. Strike that. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, anyone have further questions for Mr. Valdez?
Just a brief follow-up, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Valdez, following up on Mr. Jackson's question, at any point did they indicate that anybody else could be the father?
No.
In the course of your investigation, did anybody indicate that there was any reason to believe that that Billy Moody was not the father of Jesse?
Not to me, anyways, no, ma'am.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
Anyone else? All right, then. Can he be excused? Do we need him to stay in?
I would ask that he be excused, Judge.
All right. If there's no objections, then, Mr. Valdez, I'll remove you so you can go about what's left of your afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Wildman, next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The department would call Christina Hunter. How long have you been working on this case?
I was assigned this case on December 22nd of 2023.
So have you been the only permanency specialist assigned to this case?
Yes.
All right. And so is it fair to say you're very familiar with the child, the case, and the parents?
Yes.
All right. And so when you, I guess, first got involved, did you make contact with the parents in this case?
I did, yes.
And at the beginning of the case, what was the demeanor of Mrs. Wyrick in regards to cooperating with the department?
She was on board with cooperation.
Now, what was Mr. Moody's sort of demeanor towards cooperating with the department?
Whenever I met with both Mr. Moody and Miss Wyrick, he appeared that he was on board with cooperating initially through our discussions. However, whenever we attempted to take him to go complete his drug screen with that at that same meeting, he said he was going to go and then he refused.
Okay. And over the course of this case, have you had difficulty maintaining any kind of contact or working with Mr. Moody?
Yes.
Now, at some point, did we ask for him to do some kind of paternity testing? Or was it ordered that he do that?
It was court ordered.
Has he ever completed that?
No.
Have you made attempts to contact him about doing that?
Yes.
Did you make attempts to help him get to testing so he could do that?
Yes.
But has he made any effort to do that?
No.
Now, starting out, it sounds like both parents were receptive to working with the department. So were you able to meet with them and set up family plans of service for them?
Yes, I was.
And Miss Hunter, do you have the emails with the exhibits in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Will you look at petitioner's exhibit number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And is this the status hearing order from the hearing on February 12th of 2024?
Yes.
And at the end of that document, are there attached family plans of service for both of those parents?
Yes.
And Your Honor, the state is going to move to admit petitioner's exhibit number 4, which is a certified copy of that status hearing order.
All right, objections?
No objection.
No objection.
4 is admitted.
Thank you. And Ms. Hunter, are those the service plans that you attempted to work with both of those parents?
Yes.
All right. Now, so also on that document, if you would go to page, looks like 5, were the parents ordered to complete drug screening at that hearing?
Sorry.
And
My
it's
computer's
kind of
lagging.
towards the top of page 5.
Yes.
All right. And going back to the previously admitted state's exhibit number 1, is there a drug screening result in that document on the 7th page for Karina Wyrick?
Yes.
And what were the results of that drug test?
You're referring to the drug screen for 2/19 of 24, correct?
In that same document, if you scroll down, there are results from 2/13 of 2024.
Okay, yes. I was just making sure I was looking at the same one as you.
You're
Yes, ma'am. Those are it was a hair follicle with the test results of methamphetamine positive of 504.
all right. And can you pull up petitioner's exhibit number 5? And so Karina tested in February. Did Billy Moody also test in February?
I believe he did, yes.
All right. And do you have petitioner's exhibit 5 up?
Yes.
All right. And Your Honor, the state's going to move to it, or the department is going to move to admit petitioner's exhibit number 5 with the accompanying business records affidavit, the notice of which was filed August 8th of 2024.
Objections?
No objection.
No objection.
Petitioner's
No
finding
objection.
admitted.
All right. And Ms. Hunter, what kind of tests were these results from?
Both a UA and a hair follicle.
All right, and looking at that first one, the hair follicle, what was that test positive for anything?
Yes, ma'am. It was positive for amphetamines at 6,474 and methamphetamines at 44,111.
And the second result that's in there for the urinalysis, was that positive for anything?
Yes, it was also positive for amphetamines at 1,203 and methamphetamines at 1,631.
All right, and so let's start out talking about Billy Moody's progress on his family plan of service after that became an order of the court. To date, has Mr. Moody completed any of the services that were ordered in that family plan of service?
No.
I mean, what sort of services was he required to complete?
Ms. Hunter, let's do it this way. You've got the service plan, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you would go to Mr. Moody's service plan and just take them one at a time, what the service was, and just briefly tell us whether or not he completed it or not.
Let me find that exhibit again.
And that should be Petitioner's Exhibit 4.
So the basics that we have on all our family plans, which is to maintain contact with us, update us, if there's any changes, sign a release of information, and to obtain his own transportation or to let us know so that we can be able to provide transportation.
But let's, as you mentioned a service, tell me yes or no, he didn't complete it.
Okay. All of those no.
Well, yeah, we're trying to make a good record here in case it's appealed. So you started with good contact. Did he do that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and then let's just go to the next one.
He did not sign a release of information.
Okay.
He did not keep me updated in regards to any changes. He did not utilize our transportation or use his own transportation. He did not complete the financial stability class. He did not complete any visitations with his son. He did not participate in any parenting classes. He did not complete an OSAR. He did not participate or complete the Padre program, which was both for the parenting education classes as well as the drug risk education classes. He did not maintain a drug-free lifestyle, and nor did he submit for drug screens as requested. He did not complete BIP. Nor did he complete individual therapy or rational behavior therapy. He did not complete or participate in a mental health assessment through Texas Panhandle Centers. And he did not complete a psychosocial.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And Miss Hunter, when was the last time that you have had any contact with Mr. Moody?
I want to say the last time I had contact with him was possibly May or June of last year.
2024?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you made continued attempts to try and contact him and locate him?
Yes.
Had he been in contact with the department, would you have assisted him in completing this service plan?
Absolutely. And
do you believe that that developing that service plan and attempting to continue to contact him even after he's been out of contact for, it sounds like about 9 months, do you believe that that was a reasonable effort to attempt to reunify this child with his father?
Yes.
You testified that he had not had any visitation with Jesse. Has he never had any visitation with Jesse?
He's never had a single one.
Okay. And how long has Jesse been in the conservatorship of the department?
His entire life.
Okay, and so he was born December 20th of 2023, correct?
Yes.
Now, looking at, give me one moment. Looking at petitioner's exhibit number 3, that temporary order following the full adversary hearing. And I'll give you a minute to pull that up.
I'm sorry, say that again.
If you could pull up petitioner's exhibit number 3, which was the adversary hearing order.
Okay.
At the end of that document, is there a temporary visitation schedule? Specifically for Mr. Moody or Billy Moody?
Yes.
Has the department attempted to engage Mr. Moody and offer visitation?
Yes.
He simply has not done so, correct?
Correct. Part of that was also him also completing that paternity testing to confirm that he was the father as well.
Okay. Which he also refused to do, correct?
Yes.
And to date has still not completed, correct?
Correct.
Does he have any kind of relationship with Jesse at this time?
No.
Has he attempted to have any kind of relationship with Jesse?
No.
Would you consider, is it your position that he has effectively constructively abandoned Jesse at this point?
Yes.
And has his lack of cooperation shown that he is unable to provide a safe environment for Jesse should Jesse be returned?
Yes.
Has he in any way addressed the conduct that led to Jesse being removed?
No.
And do we have any evidence that he has stopped using controlled substances or sought any kind of treatment?
No.
Now, also, when talking with the parents, as far as paternity goes, has there been any other alternative father suggested for Jesse besides Billy Moody?
No.
Have you asked Miss Wyrick if there's the potential that anybody else could be the father?
Yes, I have.
And what was her response?
No, there's not.
And you're aware that a paternity registry search has been completed for Jesse, is that correct?
Yes.
And did that search come up with any results of anybody who had claimed paternity over Jesse?
No.
Your Honor, the department would ask that you take judicial notice of the paternity registry search that was filed into this case on April 10th of 2024.
Right, so noted.
Do you believe that the department has made all possible reasonable efforts to reunify the child with Billy Moody?
Yes.
As much as Billy Moody himself is allowed for?
Yes.
Now, talking about, let's kind of shift gears at this point and talk about Miss Wyrick. Initially, was Miss Wyrick receptive to working services with the department?
Yes.
And in fact, did she complete a fair number of the services required on her service plan?
She completed almost all of them.
Now, similar to how I think we addressed this for Mr. Moody, can you pull up that service plan from the status hearing order?
Yes, give me just a second. Do you want me to just go list by list like I did before?
Yes.
Okay. So maintaining contact, she did do well with that up until February of this year. She was utilizing our transportation for visitations. She did participate and complete parenting classes through Padre. She completed that 1/24/25. In regards to visitation, it was a hit or miss, but it was mostly in compliance with visitation in regards to attending. However, we did have several issues that occurred throughout visitation, including not like the smell of smoke, cigarettes, that kind of stuff like that, as well as not providing the proper things that were needed to care for Jessie. She did complete drug screens up until February, basically, of this year. She stopped completing drug screens for me after January's positive that we had. The OSAR, she never completed it. Again, the Padre, she completed the parenting portion of it on January the 24th of 25. The anger control training, she did not complete, as that was part of her continued therapy with Dolores Henders. The domestic violence support group, she did complete that. Apologies. She completed that December the 3rd of 2024. For her psychosocial, she did complete that as well. And that was completed 2/15 of 2024 with Ms. Henders. She was ordered to resume individual therapy because she completed it the first time with Melissa Lawson, and then was court ordered to complete additional with Dolores Henders, and she did not complete it the second time. She was discharged unsuccessfully on February the 3rd of 2025. She did complete her rational behavior therapy. That was completed March 7th of 2024. She did complete her assessment for TPC. That was completed March 12th of 2024. And she did get her ID.
Now, Christina, will you expand, and I guess, Your Honor, at this time, the state would ask that Petitioner's Exhibit 6 be admitted, that is a certified copy of the amended initial permanency hearing order.
Objections?
No objection.
Objections.
No objection.
Okay. District 6 is admitted.
And Christina, if you would open up Petitioner's Exhibit number 6.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you would go to the top of page 5, please.
Yes, ma'am.
The issue with visitation, was that addressed specifically in this order?
Yes.
And can you just explain it from section 5.2, what were 3 of the issues that had to be addressed by the court specifically?
That Ms. Wyrick must participate in the family plan of service, mitigating the reasons for removal of the child. That it is ordered that she provide 24-hour notice that she intends to appear for virtual visits, or the visits will be canceled. And that Ms. Wyrick, if she is to smell of smoke when she arrives for an in-person visit, the visitation will be canceled.
Now, this hearing was held June 17th of 2024, correct?
Yes.
And was that issue of cigarette smoke resolved after that hearing?
No, it was not.
How long did that issue of her continuing to smell like cigarette smoke continue?
It was off and on basically until visitations were suspended.
And I mean, what was the concern about the cigarette smoke that was addressed at that hearing?
Jesse has a strong reaction to the smell of cigarettes. He actually has put him into the hospital on a couple occasions from him getting upper respiratory infections, those types of things.
Okay. And you had talked about kind of some other issues regarding Karina not being prepared to care for Jesse during visits. What sort of other issues arose?
Due to Jesse's special needs, because he has a feeding aversion, he requires a specific like specific formula, specific bottle type, and specific nipple type for the bottle to ensure that it doesn't exacerbate the issues that he already has when it comes to feedings. There was a doctor's order that was written, I believe, in October of last year. And that was provided to Miss Wyrick and her attorney that she had at the time to let them know that those were the things that she was going to need to specifically be bringing for his feedings at visitations moving forward. And that was not done.
And just real quick before we move on from this this order, if you would go down to page, I guess the bottom of page 5. I know we were talking about Miss Wyrick, but was Mr. Moody ordered to drug screen at this hearing?
Yes.
Did he drug screen?
No.
And did you have any other drug screens from him for the rest of this case?
No.
Now, because of the issues that persisted with Miss Wyrick's visitation and preparedness to care for Jesse, were additional recommendations made and adopted as orders of the court?
Yes.
And Your Honor, the state would admit, or the department would move to admit petitioner's exhibit number 7, which is an order making recommended services, an order of the court, which was filed on January 14th of 2025. That's a certified copy of that document.
Objections?
No objection,
No
Judge.
objection.
And if I may I have just a minute to pop into Judge Martindale's court to tell him that I'm going to be just a little bit?
Sure.
It won't take me but a minute. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Judge.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for that, Judge, and I apologize. I'm not sure if we're going to get a break in this trial. If we do, my Judge Martindale thing will only take me 10 minutes. But
I don't know either.
You've got me until this is over. It's up to the
Okay.
court at this point.
All right.
Your Honor, or Amy, did we admit state's exhibit or petitioner's exhibit 7?
No.
Okay, we would ask that be admitted, Judge.
Okay, I think I asked for objections, so petitioner 7 is admitted.
Okay. And Christina, will you bring up that exhibit?
I have it open.
Okay. And similar to how we did the family plan of service, will you go through those ordered services and let us know which were completed and which were not completed?
Yes, ma'am. The following was recommended and made order was completing the Padre parenting class, which was attending counseling / parenting training with Delois Hinders until released by Delois. That was not completed. Attending all ECI and doctor's appointments for Jess, that was not. Submit OSAR assessment to myself with the following recommendations. That was based upon the old OSAR assessment that Ms. Wyrick had stated she completed in February of last year. I never received that. Submit November 22nd, 2024 drug testing documentation to me. I did receive that. Be listed on lease of current residence as an occupant and provide documentation to Christina Hunter. She did not do that. However, she did move and did provide the current lease that she was on. Acquire driver's license or provide comprehensive transportation plan to Christina Hunter. I did not receive that, and she did not get her driver's license. And identify all potential caregivers of the child who shall then undergo a background check and provide a note from their doctor stating that they are capable of caring for the child Jesse's age. I did not receive that.
Now the counseling and parenting training with Delois Hinders, was that in addition to all the previous therapy that had been ordered in the family plan of service?
So that was in addition to the therapy that she had already completed with Melissa Lawson.
Okay. And she did not complete did she complete any of the sessions with Delois?
She attended one, but missed 3, and that's why she was discharged.
Okay. And since this these recommendations were made in order of court, have you attempted to work with Karina to have her complete those?
Yes.
And again, do you believe that working through these services and helping her were reasonable efforts being made to try and reunify her with Jesse?
Yes.
You had said when we were going through the family plan of service that Karina was good about maintaining contact up until February of this year. I guess, when did you lose contact with Karina?
So we had the hearing in early February of this year, where her visitation was suspended, and it was made known in court by Mr. Pirtle that Karina was looking to relinquish at that point.
Let me ask you, Christina, had she also made those comments to you as well?
Yes, she did. Sorry, go ahead.
And I was going to say, and did she, after making that statement to you, did she make any attempt to complete any of these other services?
No.
Did you attempt? So there was a drug screen done in January, correct?
Yes.
And would you open State's Exhibit number 8?
Okay.
And Your Honor, the department would move to admit petitioner's exhibit number 8, which is a drug screen for Karina Wyrick with a collection date of January 4th, 2025. There is an accompanying business records affidavit. This had previously been admitted, I believe, in a previous hearing, and the notice was served timely.
Right, objections?
No objection.
Objection.
No objection.
Petitioner's been
Objection.
submitted.
And will you look at those results, and are those results positive for any kind of substance?
Yes, ma'am. They are positive for methamphetamines at 620.
Okay. And after the drug results came in, have you asked Karina to drug screen since?
Yes.
Has she done so?
No.
And did she give a reason for not doing so?
She stated that she was not going to engage further, as she stated she was relinquishing, and she did not feel that it was necessary, and she was going to contact Cody.
Okay, and has that been her sort of response to your attempts to get her to do any kind of services?
That was the last response that I received from her. She's not been responsive to me since.
Have you continued to make efforts to contact her?
Yes.
And at this point, have you received any kind of relinquishment paperwork?
No.
So have you continued to attempt to engage her in services? And
Yes, I've attempted to get her to either engage in services or to follow through on their relinquishment.
And had she provided a negative drug screen, was there the possibility of visitation being restarted?
Yes.
And so even with, I guess, those statements, were we still trying to make reasonable efforts to reunify her and the child?
Yes.
Do you believe that the family plan of service and those additional orders were reasonable efforts to reunify her with Jesse?
Yes.
In fact, when those additional services were ordered, was there the hope that this was moving in the right direction towards reunification?
Yes, ma'am. I also continue to encourage her to stay in contact with foster mom and dad to ensure that she was staying up to date on Jesse's medical needs as well, even though visitation was suspended.
Now, through the life of the case, do you believe that setting up those virtual ECI appointments and virtual visitation options were reasonable efforts to reunify the child?
Yes.
And do you believe that transporting her to those visits were reasonable efforts?
Yes.
In fact, where is Jesse placed?
He's placed over in Region 2 in Snyder.
Okay. And so is the department making those efforts to make sure she was able to have in-person visit and transporting her?
Yes.
Now, I mean, at this point, what concerns remain and what continuing danger exists regarding Karina and her ability to care for Jesse?
At this time, due to the recent positive screen that we received back in January, her continued drug usage is still a concern. That was the primary reason for the removal in the first place, and those reasons have not been mitigated. Although she does have an apartment now, she still has moved roughly up to 9 times throughout the life of this case. And so her ability to show stability and to meet Jesse's medical needs and overall needs is still a concern.
In fact, were Jesse's appointments and therapies, was that one of the reasons why we were asking for her to get a driver's license or set up a transportation plan?
Yes.
Now, are there still concerns about her ability to manage Jesse's medical needs?
Yes, there is. That was part of the reason why we wanted her to attend all of them, is so that way she had a full understanding of what his needs were. She was also given many opportunities at the beginning of each ECI session to give history and kind of updates on how he was doing, those kinds of things, as her communication has always been open with Ms. Pendleton to be able to get those updates.
Now, in addition to the positive drug screen in January, had she disclosed to you that she had used marijuana in July of 2024?
Yes, she did.
So even with, I would say, a substantial number of negative drug screens, is it particularly concerning that she's now testing positive for methamphetamine again?
Yes.
And is it concerning that she's refusing to test for the department anymore?
Yes.
Now, and has she done anything to mitigate those concerns about her understanding of the cigarette smoke, the nipples, or anything like that as regards to Jesse's day-to-day care?
She did correct the nipple in regards for the bottle feeding. I had to kind of correct her train of thought, essentially, as she was blaming, Walmart or blaming other factors instead of just taking ownership and responsibility that it was her job to check. After our conversation, she seemed a bit more clear-headed in regards to those things. But as far as the other, no.
Okay. Now, you said Jesse's placed down in Region 2. How long has he been in that placement?
His entire life.
And is he placed with the Pendletons?
Yes.
How has he adjusted to that placement?
He's thriving.
And how is he treated by that foster placement?
That just as any biological child would be.
Have they been able to handle Jesse's developmental needs?
Yes.
Have they been able to accommodate his therapies and his ECI schedule?
Yes.
Now, Jesse, it's my understanding, has had surgery while in their care, correct?
Yes.
And what was that for?
It was to correct the tongue tie and lip tie.
Okay. And was that a part of their ongoing efforts to work on his food aversion?
Yes, it was the very beginning of it, whenever they noticed that he was having issues with latching correctly.
Have they been proactive in addressing the food aversion issues?
Yes.
And have they been able to handle all of his other medical needs, including the emergency visits he's had for respiratory issues?
Yes.
At this point, what is the current goal for Jesse at the end of this case today?
The primary goal for Jesse is to be hopefully adopted by the Pendletons. They have expressed interest that they are willing to adopt Jesse, and that this is his intended to be permanent placement at this point.
Does the department have any concerns with the Pendletons' abilities to meet Jesse's needs now or in the future?
None whatsoever.
Do you believe that they are bonded to Jesse?
Extremely.
And based on your observations, do you believe that Jesse is bonded with them?
Yes.
Have you discussed with them their plans for Jesse's future?
Yes.
And what have they said?
That they want to potentially adopt him if the opportunity had ever presented itself. We started having these conversations many months ago.
Okay. As far as the stability of that household, are there any concerns about the stability of that foster home?
No.
And are there any concerns about their ability to meet Jesse's needs now or in the future?
No.
What is the best interest of the child, or your opinion of the best interest of the child at this point in the case, regarding the rights of Karina Wyrick?
That they be terminated.
And what about the rights of the father, Billy Moody?
They also be terminated.
Are we also asking that the court terminate the rights of the unknown father at this time?
Yes.
Why do you believe terminating the rights of his parents is in Jesse's best interest?
Due to the fact that Jesse is just barely a year old, a little over a year old, and his parents have not mitigated the reasons for removal for him to be safely reunified with them, nor are there any other fictive kins or relatives that we've been able to locate to potentially place him with either, despite our efforts.
Okay. Do you believe it's in the best interest? I'll strike that. As far as Miss Wyrick goes, do you believe that she knowingly placed Jesse in conditions that endangered his physical and emotional well-being?
Yes.
Do you believe that she engaged in conduct that endangered his physical or emotional well-being?
Yes.
Do you believe that she's failed to comply with the provisions of a court order that would have allowed her to have the child returned to her care?
Yes.
Has she continued to use controlled substances in a way that would endanger the child?
Yes.
And based on the evidence that was presented here today, the medical records and the drug screens and Miss Wyrick's own admissions, do you believe she's been the cause of Jesse being born addicted to a controlled substance?
Yes.
That was not legally prescribed?
Yes.
As far as Mr. Moody, do you believe that he knowingly allowed that child to remain in conditions that endangered his physical or emotional well-being?
Yes.
And based on the evidence and your experience with Mr. Moody, do you believe he engaged in conduct or knowingly placed the child with people who had engaged in conduct that endangered that child's physical or emotional well-being?
Yes.
And I believe you'd already testified that you believe he's constructively abandoned the child by his lack of involvement. Do you believe he's failed to comply with the provisions of the court orders that were set out?
Yes.
And based on the drug results that were completed, do you believe that he's continuing to use a controlled substance?
Yes.
And again, as you testified, as far as Mr. Moody and the unknown father goes, there's been no response or registration with the paternity registry regarding Jesse, correct?
That is correct.
And Mr. Moody has been served and generally appeared at the adversary hearing before disengaging with the department, correct?
Yes.
I will pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hunter, you may have answered this before, but was Mr. Moody's service plan, was that a reasonable effort to try to return the child to him?
Yes, Your Honor.
And has Jesse been in the care of the department for not less than 6 months from today's date?
Jesse has been in care well over 12 months of his life.
Okay, all right, thank you. Ms. Wildman, are you asking that the court adjudicate Mr. Moody? We keep calling him the father, but he's an alleged father. Are you asking that I adjudicate him for failure to take the paternity test and then terminate him, or do you want me to just terminate him for failure to register with the paternity registry? I don't feel I can do both.
I think failure to register with the paternity registry is fine, Judge.
Great. All right, thank you. Okay, then, Mr. Pirtle, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Nowak?
I got nothing to work with, Judge. No questions.
Finally, an honest lawyer. Ms. Oscarson, do you have any questions?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Hunter, you testified that you've been the caseworker throughout the child's entire life. Is that right?
Yes.
And to be clear, he's been placed with the Pendletons, which is his only placement, correct?
Yes.
Jesse is involved in feeding and speech therapy, correct?
Yes.
He's in physical therapy, right?
Yes.
He's enrolled in
Fixing to be started, I believe.
Okay. And he's enrolled in ECI?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand he's seeing a nutritionist?
Yes.
Do Do you understand that at, what is he, 14 months old, he's already had to go to the dentist?
Yes.
Do you understand that he sees a GI specialist for stomach issues and that he's been prescribed prescription stomach medication?
Yes.
Do you understand that he's been hospitalized more than once during the pendency of this case?
Yes.
And throughout all of this, have the Pendletons handled all of these appointments on their own?
Yes, they have.
Have they taken Jesse to the appointments?
Yes, they have.
Have they sought out referrals to additional providers to help Jesse?
Yes.
Have they required the department to provide them with any sort of transportation?
No.
Have they been very open in their communications with biological mom?
Yes.
And have they kept the department apprised of all of the things going on with Jesse?
Yes.
In fact, has Ms. Pendleton provided weekly, if not more frequent, updates to you and the department regarding Jesse?
Yes.
You said you've done this job for about 3 years. Is that normal for foster moms to email you so frequently with all these updates?
Whenever we have extra, how do I put this in the most polite way? We have like extra special foster parents who go extremely above and beyond, like Miss Pendleton has. Yes. They're very rare, but they do happen.
So would you agree that the Pendletons have gone above and beyond what you see sometimes?
Yes.
Let's talk some about the smoke allergy. It's not just that the biological mother smokes cigarettes, which is legal behavior, correct?
For her, no, because she's not of age.
Oh, well, okay. She's 19, right?
Yes.
And what is the legal smoking age, if you know?
Believe it's 21 now.
Okay. Despite that, the cigarette smoke affects Jesse differently than it might affect other babies. Do you agree?
Unfortunately, I'm not a medical expert, so I can't speak to that. But from what I've seen, he develops like a rash most of the time. It causes him to have breathing issues. He starts having a lot of drainage, those types of things.
Did he also have a rash on his face that happened after the visit with mom when she tested positive for meth?
To be honest with you, I can't recall. He's had a rash several times. I honestly can't recall which time it was.
Would you agree with me that Mr. and Mrs. Pendleton know more about this child and his physical health and emotional development than any other person?
I would agree.
And no insult to you, but even you as his caseworker.
That is correct, yes.
Now, you may or may not understand this, so I'll just ask. If the court were to end today's hearing and appoint the Pendletons as opposed to the department as Jesse's permanent managing conservators, is it your opinion, based on your observations since December of 23, that they could step right in and provide Jesse with the same level of care that he's been receiving throughout the case?
I believe his continuity of care would continue, yes.
Because everything you've seen has demonstrated that they are ready, willing, and able to care for him and help him thrive. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Pass the witness.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hunter, can you think of anything that the department could do for the Pendletons by remaining as permanent managing conservator, or are you comfortable that they are ready to step in and become the joint managing conservators themselves?
At this point, Your Honor, we can just be able to assist in getting them through the adoption process as quickly as possible. But outside of that, no.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Ms. Naranjo, you have any questions?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Ms. Hunter, what efforts has the department made to locate any relatives or fictive kin?
So we actually we've ran it accurate on both Mr. Moody as well as Ms. Wyrick. Ms. Wyrick provided us a relative, her father actually, who resided in New Mexico. We did an ICPC on her father and that was denied.
And no other relatives could be located?
We were able to locate Mr. Moody's biological mom. However, without the paternity being determined, we were not able to say whether or not that was actually his family or not, unfortunately.
And no relatives or fictive kin have reached out to the department?
No.
I'll pass the witness.
All right. Anyone have further questions for Ms. Hunter?
I do, Your
All right,
Honor.
then. I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. Questions?
Just briefly, ma'am, you'd had an occasion to visit with Miss Wyrick, the mother. What did she claim to you during your periods of visitation with her, that Billy Moody was the father?
Did she claim that Billy was the father?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Was she adamant that Billy was the father?
Yes.
And did you ever whenever you met with Billy, did he ever admit to you that he was the father?
Yes.
On June the 17th, 2024, the court had ordered Mr. Moody to appear by 4 p.m. that day to do a paternity test. Was he aware of that?
Yes.
And did he appear for that paternity test?
No.
Okay. You had in your earlier testimony, you had said that Ms. Wyrick had offered to relinquish her rights. Did Mr. Moody ever offer to relinquish his rights?
No.
Okay. As far as the best interest is concerned, I know that the judge has already asked this question, but for the record, do you believe it'd be in the best interest to find Billy Moody as the father of this child?
Yes.
And would it be in the best interest of this child to terminate the rights of Billy Moody based on his inability or refusal to take a paternity test?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, so I've got one wanting me to do it under the paternity registry search and one wanting me to find him the father and terminate him. I'm going to go with the easier option.
And
Okay.
I do have one follow-up for Ms. Hunter.
All right, quickly.
And Ms. Hunter, are you, and I know that this has been discussed, but at this point, is the department asking to be named permanent managing conservator of Jesse at this time?
Yes.
And is that so that we can ensure that what needs to be done to facilitate that adoption does get completed?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right, anyone else? All right, Ms. Wildman, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, though I do think maybe Joel has a point and we may want to do the adjudication of the father, since they did claim the child at the beginning and was ordered to do the paternity thing and refused, but based on the evidence, Judge, I believe we can leave that to your discretion.
Yeah, I think I know how I'm going. So okay. All right then, Mr. Pirtle, do you have any witnesses?
No, Judge, no, no witnesses.
Thank you, Mr. Nowak.
Rest, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Oscarson.
I'd like to call Kelly Pendleton.
Okay, I'll ask you to be really brief. I've got 3 more hearings and we've been behind all day long.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Pendleton, if you'd raise your right hand.
Mother to any children?
Yes.
What are their names and ages quickly?
Dallas, 5, and Hudson, who's 3 months.
And Jesse has resided in your home since he left the hospital as what, a 2-day-old infant?
Yes.
We've already talked about with Ms. Hunter the physical issues that Jesse has. Have you and your husband been able to care for Jesse despite those issues?
Yes.
And today, how's Jesse doing?
He's doing great.
Is it your plan and your husband's plan to adopt Jesse if that opportunity avails itself?
Yes.
You're asking that the court name you two as joint managing conservators instead of the department. Please explain why.
We believe that it would be detrimental to Jesse's emotional and physical well-being if he was to leave his home that he's had since he was born. So that's why we're asking for PMC in order to adopt as quickly as possible.
So can you assure the court today that your intention is to have Jesse adopted as soon as possible?
Yes.
And adopted by you, I should be clear.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes, except the legal purpose, is Jesse your third child?
Yes.
Has Karina Wyrick indicated to you that she wants you and Curry to adopt Jesse?
Yes, more than once.
Has she told you that she is unable to raise him and that if somehow she was to get him back, she'd need to hire you to babysit him?
Yes.
Based on your communications with Karina Wyrick, does it seem to you that she believes she has relinquished her rights?
Yes.
Ask the witness.
All right. Anyone else have questions for Ms. Pendleton?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
No questions.
All right.
No questions.
Okay. Ms. Naranjo, did you have any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson?
No witnesses. Rest, Your Honor.
All right, then. Ms. Naranjo, recommendations.
Your Honor, I recommend it's in the best interest of the child that the parental rights of both Karina and Billy, however the court decides on that, to terminate both parental rights. And I have no objection to the Pendletons being named as permanent managing conservators and dismissing all parties.
All right, thank you. Well, we're on about our 8th or 9th hearing for the day, so I'm going to go with the easier route. First of all, I want to say this, Ms. Hunter. I want to commend you and thank you for being so well prepared. It's a breath of fresh air, and it's obvious you put a lot of time and effort into this case for Jesse, and I just want to thank you for that.
I appreciate
Ms.
that.
Pendleton, Jesse's a really lucky kiddo to have what are going to be his parents to look after him like you have. And once again, it's a breath of fresh air to this court, and I just wanted y'all to know that.
Thank you.
Okay. Based on the evidence I've heard today, as well as the exhibits that have been admitted, I do find that it's in the best interest that the parental rights of the mother, Karina Wyrick, be terminated. I'll terminate those rights today based on Texas Family Code Section 161.001, subsections B1D, E, O, and R. I further find that it's in the best interest of Jesse Moody that the parental rights of the alleged father, if he has any, Billy Moody, and or any unknown father be terminated. I'll terminate those rights today based on Texas Family Code Section 161.002 B3, as well as the paternity registry search on files showing that no one has claimed paternity for Jesse. I will name Kelly and Curry Pendleton as joint managing conservators of the child. Obviously, we'll continue Jesse's current placement. All other court-appointed relationships will be dismissed after all appellate and de novo periods have expired. Mr. Pirtle, Mr. Nowak, if either of you talk to your clients, explain to them their appellate and de novo rights. Okay, since we have a final resolution in this case, there'll be no further hearings set. As I always tell parties, I'm sure you're going to be happy not to have to see me anymore. So congratulations to you, Mr. and Ms. Pendleton.
Thank you.
All right, we will stand in recess on this. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Taylor's with us representing the mother, Ms. Bilbrey. She is not in the waiting room. Mr. Taylor, were you expecting her?
No, Your Honor, I've had no contact with her. She's not responded to my attempts to reach her.
All right, thank you. And then Mr. Hill is with us representing the father, Mr. Sean Wiggins. He's not in the waiting room. Mr. Hill, were you expecting him?
Judge, I haven't had, excuse me, I have not had any contact with Mr. Wiggins.
Okay, all right. All right, that this case was set for 2 o'clock. It's now 2:11. We'll proceed in the parent's absence. I have Greg Holmes and Haven Doucette in the waiting room.
Haven Doucette is my my caseworker on this one, Your Honor. I don't recognize Mr. Holmes. I don't know if anybody else does.
No, I don't. I've got 2 more hearings, but he's not that I can see involved in either one. So I'll just leave him in the waiting room. So, all right, Ms. Gutierrez, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department calls Haven Doucette as its witness.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And this is a case transferred in from Lubbock County recently. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is Kyle's mother?
Ashley Bilbrey.
And who is his father?
Sean Wiggins.
And there is previous genetic testing and an order adjudicating Mr. Wiggins as the father. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. Where is the child currently placed?
He's placed in a kinship home in Amarillo.
And is he placed, can you tell me what relatives he's placed with?
He's placed with a family who had adopted his older sister.
So he's placed with a family friend that adopted his older sister, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is his older sister?
She, I believe, is 3.
And what city or county are they in?
They're in Randall.
Now, in regards to the mother, can you give us some information on the mother? Historically, has she participated in the CPS case?
No, she has not.
And since the filing of your court report, have you been able to reach her?
I have, yes.
And can you tell us about those conversations?
They've been brief. I've been working to schedule a time to meet with her in person to go over her family plan. I notified her today of the court hearing and sent her the link.
And what has been her response to your attempts to engage her in meeting?
She often reschedules or does not reply. There has been oftentimes her phone has been off, and she has not replied, but when it comes back on, she does not answer after a few days.
And in regards to the hearing, did she respond to your information about today's hearing?
Yes, she did.
What did she say?
I told her it was at 2 p.m. and she said, okay, she would be here.
In regards to the father, can you tell me historically, has he participated in the CPS case?
He, at the beginning, he participated and then he asked for paternity to be completed. That was completed and he said he would begin his services. Since paternity was completed, he has not begun his services and he has only attended one virtual visit with Kyle and he has refused to drug screen for me.
And approximately when did you have that conversation with him requesting him to drug screen?
February 26th.
Is that the only conversation that you've had with him since receiving the case?
No, I've had multiple others.
Okay. When he refused to drug screen, has he made any other statements about being positive or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Has he made any statements about whether or not the drug screen would be dirty or anything like that?
No, ma'am. His response to me was just fail me.
Oh, okay. And in your attempted conversations with him since receiving the case, and for clarification, when did you as a caseworker receive the case?
I received the case in September of 2024.
Okay, so even though it's been transferred over to Randall County, you've been the caseworker on it, is that correct?
Yes, I was the caseworker when it was in Lubbock County.
Okay, great. I did not realize that. Now, since the case was transferred, how many conversations have you had with the father?
The top of my head, probably 5.
Now, in regards to your conversations with the father, did you provide him with the name and contact information for his attorney?
I did.
In regards to the mother, did you give her the name and contact information for her attorney?
Yes, I did.
Now, you mentioned visitation. Is there any court-ordered visitation right now for the mother, Ms. Bilbrey?
Yes, they have court-ordered visitation where they must show up 30 minutes early and have a clean shirt to put on before they're able to visit with the baby.
Why the specification for a clean shirt?
There were concerns that they were exposing baby Bilbrey to drugs, but they have not attended any visits since 2024 December.
Okay, and your statements when I asked about mom's visitation, it sounds like you responded in regards to dad as well. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. They're both the same rules.
And as far as the removal was due to the mother's methamphetamine use and the baby testing positive. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Mr. Wiggins admit methamphetamine use at the beginning of the case as well?
Yes, at the beginning.
In regards to service plans, how is the mother progressing on her service plan?
She has not started or completed any of her services.
And in regards to the father's service plan, has he started any services?
At the beginning, he scheduled his services for his individual counseling. Since then, he has not completed or started the rest of his services.
Now, in regards to individual counseling, did he actually finish it?
No, ma'am.
Are there any additional services that need to be ordered today?
No.
Are we asking for any drug screens to be ordered today?
Yes.
Can you please tell me what type of drug screens and on which parent?
A hair follicle and UA on Ashley Bilbrey and a hair follicle and UA on Sean Wiggins.
Can you please describe the department's reasonable efforts to reunify the family?
I have attempted to reach Miss Bilbrey at the address provided to me. She does not live there. I've been able to meet with her at the office, and I've provided her with supports of a parent support worker she can talk to about getting her services started. Mr. Bilbrey, I've also provided him with his family plan multiple times and call him to see what supports he needs to get his services started.
As well as offering visitation, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Also visitation.
Do mother and father have transportation?
They tell me they do, yes.
Okay. And what are the current goals for the child?
The primary goal is relative fictive kin adoption, and the concurrent goal is family reunification.
Are there any other requests that we have for the court?
No.
When was the last time mother exercised her visitation with the child?
I have the court report pulled up so I don't tell you the wrong date.
And you may have already answered this. Was that the December 2024 response?
Yes, December 2024.
Okay. Do you have concerns that the mother is continuing to use methamphetamine?
I do, as I do not have a drug screen from her at all throughout the case.
Okay. And has she been requested by you to drug screen?
Yes, I send her monthly.
And has she complied with any of those?
No.
And in regards to Mr. Wiggins, have you requested him to go monthly?
I have.
And has he complied with any of those?
He has complied. His last drug screen that he did go to was 10/30 and the results were negative.
Okay, was that a urinalysis drug screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And since then, would you agree if you're asking him to go monthly that he's missed several?
Yes, he has.
And for both the mother and the father, how does the department view drug screens that are requested or court ordered but not completed?
They are a presumed positive.
All right. Would it be contrary to the welfare of the child to be returned to the parents today?
Yes.
And would it also be a continuing danger to the child's physical health and safety?
It would.
Pass the witness.
Thank you. Ms. Doucette, do you know where these parents are located? Where are they living, city or county?
They're in Amarillo. Mom told me she was living in a hotel, but she did not specify which hotel. And dad told me he was in between addresses, but didn't give me a specific.
Both in Amarillo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you know, is the current placement that adopted Kyle's older sister, are they wanting to adopt if possible?
Yes, they would like to adopt Kyle.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Taylor.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. You indicated that you did make both the mother and the father aware of their attorney and contact information for the attorney.
Yes, sir.
Was that me and Mr. Hill, or was that before we were appointed to substitute in for the two attorneys in Lubbock?
It was you and Mr. Hill's contact information.
All right, thank you. And do you have the address for Ashley Bilbrey that you put in your report? Is that the accurate one for where you believe she's at now?
That was the last known address before she told me she lived in a motel.
Okay. All right. I'm not asking for it over the at the hearing right now, but can you email or call me and give me the current information for her phone number and email?
Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mr. Hill?
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Just one question. Haven, would you please send me whatever phone number or contact information you have for Mr. Wiggins?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Wiggins.
I have no questions.
All right, Ms. Gutierrez, anything further from the department?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We rest. We do ask the court for findings that the department is making reasonable efforts to reunify, as testified by Ms. Doucette. We also ask that both parents be ordered to hair follicle and urinalysis drug screen.
All right, thank you. Ms. Doucette, this is the first hearing I've had since this case was transferred. Have the parents historically, have they been attending the hearings or not attending?
I want to say mom attended the first hearing, but other than that, they have not been attending them.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, then, Ms. Wiggins, any recommendations?
I would recommend that their visitation be suspended until they provide a negative UA and hair follicle drug screen. Also, the child is doing really well in their placement and they're eager to move forward, I suppose.
Okay.
Your Honor, I think there are interveners in this case. I'm surprised that Ms. Grammer isn't logged in.
I am too.
Steven, is that correct?
Yeah, she emailed like 12 million times.
Okay, I was totally unaware of that. I didn't show that there was an intervention. Does someone have the petition and intervention?
I can check in Odyssey and see if it got transferred. They did a very odd transfer, Your Honor. They only transferred maybe a handful of orders and it just wasn't much. I feel like I don't have much to work with.
Well, we'll look also, but if anybody finds, if they did it by motion for leave to intervene or just did it as a petition for intervention, if anybody finds that, we'll look for it. Brittany can look for it too. But if anybody finds that, please email it to our office.
Okay, I do have it, Your Honor. I'll download it and send it over.
Okay, thank you.
And Judge, I did want to note that I am not related to this Wiggins family, just to clarify for all the parties.
Yeah, I said that earlier when I said I was going to call this case in a few minutes. I said not to be confused with Courtney Wiggins. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, continue the current placement. Ordered parents to hair strand and UA drug screen by 4 p.m. tomorrow at Care Express here in Amarillo. And I will order that both parents' visitations be suspended until each provides a negative hair and UA drug screen. I'll set the final in this case for June 9th, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two in advance of June 9th to see exactly what time that hearing will take place. All right, we'll stand in recess on this case. I'll be back at 2:45 to call another Randall County case. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the children. Mr. Barfield is with us representing the mother. Ms. Ledbetter, who is with us. That's all the parties. I have, let me see what I've got later. I have Lydia O'Rear, Mel Tucker, and Vanessa Reynoso.
If Mel Tucker and Vanessa Reynoso could be allowed in, and let me make sure I have Mandy Rollins in here already. Your Honor, Mandy Rollins, I'm missing her. Am I missing her?
Lydia O'Rear is the only one left in my waiting room.
Okay, she's a witness. Let's see here. Rissy, can you turn your camera on for a second? Or unmute?
Got unmuted, I think.
Okay, where is Mandy?
Okay, she has just texted and said it's not letting her in.
Hey, Judge, while we're waiting, can I go in a breakout room with my client? This is Brooks.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I meant to
There
tell
it goes.
everybody, we lost our court reporter. Amy had other things to do, so I'm recording this to the cloud. If anybody needs a copy, you can get with our office for the link. So, all right.
Teresa, is there a phone number she can call?
Did she register using the link?
I think so. She talked to me about it this morning.
Ms. Ledbetter, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with your attorney. It may ask you to join, or it may put you in there automatically.
Your Honor, I've got emails from 2 other witnesses that they're all saying they're having trouble getting in as well.
Okay.
I'll re-email them the link just in case it's that.
I have Sylvia Garcia and Keisha Hendrick in the waiting room.
Okay, Keisha Hendrick is my my witness.
Sylvia is the St. Francis worker.
All right, so we'll get Sylvia in.
And Teresa, she did register.
Okay, I'm going to resend it to her.
Now I have Mandy Rollison.
That's her, Your Honor.
Is that everybody?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so Stephanie is my witness with the Texas Alcohol and Drug Testing Services, but I'll wait to call anybody. I think Brooks is still in that breakout room.
Yeah, he
Your
is.
Honor?
Yeah, we'll wait and see if we get a resolution. Claire, are you here for Wiggins?
I am.
Okay, yes, we've already had it.
Oh my goodness. I'm in court with Judge Frausto on a temporary hearing, and I thought I was supposed to log on at 3.
No, it was 2:00.
I am super sorry. I bet they're really upset. Did everything go okay, or were they upset?
Well, the parents didn't show.
So nothing bad happened?
Nothing happened other than I ordered them to drug test. And then I didn't know when we started the hearing that there was an intervention. Somebody mentioned it about halfway through the hearing, and they just now got that to me. So anyway, final set for June 9th.
And we
Okay, so I've got
canceled visitation too until
good.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I
suspended
you
their visitation.
Okay, so Courtney, if I need your help, I'll say that I talked to you previously, and we'd kind of already talked about this case too.
we did. We got your emails. Yeah,
Oh.
nothing happened to affect your clients, so
Okay, so
you
they're
should be good.
So I can just get an ass chewing for funsies.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Sorry about that. Bye.
All right.
Teresa,
Yes.
I think, can we chat?
Sure. Should we bring in Courtney Wiggins as well?
Absolutely. A judge.
Hey, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to close these breakout rooms.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a pretty productive breakout session with my client. If I could meet with Courtney and Teresa for a little bit, and I'm trying. You know what direction I'm going.
Yeah. Y'all try to make it quick. We've got another
Yes.
adversary starting at 3:45.
Yes, Your Honor. That's what I'm taking into account.
Okay.
We're all back, Judge.
Heads chopped off.
All right. Where do we stand?
Your Honor, I think my client, well, I don't think, my client has indicated to me that she would be willing to work services, allow the department to remain temporary or to be named temporary managing conservator. She would like, and I'm going to ask her here in a sec, Miss Ledbetter, could you get on the screen and unmute? She would like a home study, but I think she's going to cooperate. We understand the kids are placed in a safe environment at this particular time. We just need to look at maybe some family placement so we can kind of comply with, statutes and such. But I think we're going to have an agreement today.
Where are the kids currently placed? I need to know that.
High Plains Children Home is my understanding, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. All right. Miss Ledbetter, you need to unmute and get on the video. Well, was she on with y'all in the breakout room?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't be coming back here and saying what I'm saying. Yeah, she absolutely was.
So she knows how to unmute.
Yeah, let's
try calling her.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
while Brooks is doing that, we do, the department is in agreement. We are also willing to do a home study on one of her relatives. We are asking for reasonable efforts to, a finding that we made reasonable efforts to prevent removal as well as to reunify following removal. Mom has had visitation with the kids. We are asking that mother be ordered to UA and, oh, he left. I'll wait till he comes back.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. We're asking.
We got her, Brooks.
Okay. That's I was going to take care of that. Thank you.
Okay. We are asking that the mother be ordered to urinalysis drug screen as well as hair follicle drug screen. And Your Honor, we are also asking for a provision that Miss Ledbetter not dye or alter her hair.
All right. All right. So if I understand it correctly, number one, who are we doing the home study on? I need a name.
Miss Ledbetter, other than your mom, what other relative would you like to have a home study on?
Wait a minute. We do one at a time, so she needs to pick her first preference.
Well, that's where I'm going, Judge.
Okay, so I go with my second person. Okay. Ben Ledbetter.
I'm sorry. First name what?
Benjamin.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I heard. I'll tell you. Y'all tell me if I've got it right. The agreement is the department will continue as temporary managing conservator. The children's placement will continue at High Plains Children's Home. I'll order a home study on Benjamin Ledbetter. And how's he related, Miss Ledbetter?
He is my brother-in-law, and
Okay.
my husband died, and it's his brother.
Okay. I just need that for me. Okay, then I'll order that Miss Ledbetter both hair strand and UA drug screen by 4 p.m. tomorrow at Care Express in Amarillo. Miss Ledbetter, do you have transportation to get there?
I can ask my sister.
Okay, if you can't get a hold of them, get a hold of someone with either the department or St. Francis, and they'll be sure and give you a ride.
Okay, yes.
All right, and then I will also order that Miss Ledbetter not dye or otherwise alter her hair during the pendency of this case. Is that the agreement, Miss Ledbetter? Is that your agreement?
Yes.
Mr. Barfield, are you in agreement?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and Miss Wiggins?
It is, Judge. I did meet with both of the children at High Plains. They're both doing well. I met with them. They were in their first week of the new school and both doing okay. Seem to be transitioning well. They did talk about visitation and that they were enjoying it with their mother. I did tell them in lieu of additional, I told them, it's a step-up process of getting more visitation, but that they're welcome to write letters to her. They would have to go through either me or the department, but I told them they could write as many letters as they wanted. And they were happy about that. They're very close. And they also have older siblings as well. So I just want them to have contact. Eli's still in the emergency home shelter portion, but they are moving him to the home next door to his sister. And I think that will get them more visitation because, like I said, they're very close. They were very concerned about each other. So,
Okay. All right, then I will approve that agreement that I've announced. I'm Ms. Gutierrez, I didn't ask you, but you're in agreement also?
Yes, Your Honor, we are asking, did you grant the findings of reasonable?
I haven't, but I will grant the findings that you requested. All right, then I appreciate y'all working that out. That will conclude this hearing. Our next hearing will be the status hearing. That will be on April 28th, 2025. That will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two before April 28th to see what time we'll have that hearing.
Thank you.
Okay, we will stand in recess on this case. I'll be back in 15 minutes to call another adversary hearing. Ms. Gutierrez, are you still with us?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have some witnesses for this past hearing that settled that I need to get in and?
That would be great. I have Lydia O'Rear that we may need to let go, as well as Keisha Hendrick, if she's still on.
She is.
Okay, and then there was a Stephanie Cole that might be Terry Homestead, I think.
But that was from the previous hearing, all three of those?
All three of those were for the previous hearing.
All right, let me get them all in and we'll let them know they're released.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Cole, Ms. Hendrick, and Ms. O'Rear, the case that you were called to testify to, they reached a settlement, so there will not be any hearing held. We appreciate you showing up, and sorry we wasted some of your time, but we appreciate you being present, and you're all three free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We're here on an adversary hearing. Ms. Wildman is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the children. Ms. Gomez is with us representing the father to Devin, who I show is incarcerated in the Potter County Jail. Mr. Carey is with us representing the mother, Kayla Price, who is with us. The alleged father to Dominic is not with us, and he's not in the waiting room. I have quite a few people in the waiting room. I'll run down the list, and we'll see what we need to do with them. So, Dominic Pearson, Emily Braden, Enrique Gonzalez, Christopher Alber, Avery Hoganson.
Emily Braden is my DFPS investigator. Judge, I'd ask that she be brought in.
Okay.
Enrique Gonzalez, Christopher Alber, Dominic Pearson, those are witnesses. Do you see a John Wickeser?
No, sir. No, ma'am.
And Miss Hogan is our worker with St. Francis, so she could be brought in.
Right. Jonathan Wickerser just entered the waiting room.
And Your Honor, I would ask that we start with him when we're ready. I'd also ask that we not broadcast at least his portion on YouTube. If possible, he's going to be testifying to sensitive medical information regarding the child.
All right, I'll just take it off. It's too hard to start.